What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here. Welcome to our daily show where we discuss everything going on here in our country that you need to know about here on a daily basis. If you're new to our channel, welcome here. We're going to be talking about several different things. Money going out here in October, November, and December. That's right. We're going to talk about a couple different things here. First, I want to talk about our channel here, our community, our YouTube community. As in me, my wife, our family, we're going to be giving out here money to our YouTube community here in October, November, and December. So if you've watched our family for a while, you know we do our What's in the Box contest, where if you can guess what's in that box, you could win money directly from us. We might be doing some other things here as well, so stay tuned with that. We're going to be giving away some money, thousands of dollars here to our YouTube community in October, November, and December. So stay tuned for that. So we have given away already over $10,000. I don't even know how much it is, but well over that. And we're going to be giving away money here in October, November, and December. So stay tuned for that. And it's completely free to subscribe. So make sure you're subscribed to our YouTube channel. Click the bell icon down below after you subscribe. Remember, the new videos come out here every day at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Also, on our YouTube channel here, part of my mission, really, I just want to do that for the holidays. We're coming up here. We have Halloween. A lot of people got to buy Halloween costumes and candy for their kids and stuff like that. We have Thanksgiving coming up here in November. And then we have Christmas and other, Hanukkah and Kwanzaa and other Christmas-related holidays in December. So as part of that, I just want to give a little bit back to my community. So we're going to be giving away some cash to our YouTube members, or some of our YouTube community here. So I think about you guys as an extended part of our family, our YouTube community. So stay tuned for that. Okay. Remember, it's completely free to subscribe. And if you ever see any comments from me in the comment section asking you to text me or call me, it's not me. Those are scammers. Just disregard them. I block them on a daily basis. I will always have a check mark by my name in the comment section. Okay. That means I'm verified by YouTube. Okay. Next up, I want to go over part of my mission here on YouTube, on my community here, or on my videos here, is that it's to let you guys know about the different ways that you can get money. Okay. So remember, I have new videos here every day, 3 times a day, 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And a lot of people don't know about the programs that they can get money with. And really, I've had a lot of, if you've been watching my show for a while, there's been rent assistance. There was over $40 billion of rent assistance, mortgage assistance. There is $9.9 billion of mortgage assistance and utility assistance. Okay. Utility assistance and mortgage assistance are going on right now. Okay, I have links for you guys down below in the description of this video. You can watch those videos after this video on how to apply for those. The rent assistance is pretty much over at this point. I don't know if any states have money left over. You can watch that video if you want to. It shows you how to apply for rent assistance. But I don't know if any states have money left over for that. But I know that we've helped thousands of people get that. That was money from the last 2 or 3 stimulus packages. There was over $40 billion for renters. So hopefully you've gotten that. I know we've had thousands of people get that. But there is money for utility assistance through the HEAP and LEAP and LIHEAP programs. There's several different names of them. HEAP and home energy assistance programs, where you can get money if you're low income for going into this winter program, the winter season, where if you're low income, the states will help you pay, or even just pay directly to your energy company. Okay, a lot of times it's several $100s to over $1,000, depending on the program. Okay, or depending on your state and depending on your specific circumstances. Okay, and once you learn how to do this, you can get this every single year, actually. So that's one thing you can do here. Okay, so keep that in mind. There's a link down below in the description of this video how to do that. If you can't find the description, it's right by the title. You may have to click the little down arrow to open up the description. So I want to let you guys know about that. I have links for you guys in that. Also, I just did a video about the student loan forgiveness in the video right before this. The applications are open for that now on a beta test level, $10,000 to $20,000. You can go watch the video right before this. So if you have federal student loans and you make below $125,000 or $250 for a married couple, those are now available at studentaid.gov. Okay, and it's pretty easy to apply. It literally takes you about 2 or 3, 5 minutes, and you go on apply, and then you're put in the queue for when they start the application process. So you can go watch my previous video on that, and I go over the details on that here. It only takes a few minutes to do. But as long as they go through, there's some Republican states with lawsuits on that. But hopefully that doesn't go through because I want everybody to get as much help as possible. They're not raising any taxes on anybody to do this or anything. So it's not like I'm going to pay more taxes or you're going to, and nobody's going to pay any more taxes for this. But it's relief for over 40 million Americans. Okay. So hopefully that goes through and it doesn't get blocked in any courts or anything like that. So I'll keep you up to date here. Next up, again, part of my mission is just to try to help as many people as I can with all these different programs. As you can see here, right from Forbes. Forbes is incredible. I don't know who is, but if you guys have been watching my channel, you know that there's actually 33, I think is the current count, maybe a little bit more. But there's 18 states sending out stimulus checks as of kind of still sending them out. But there's been 33 that have been total that have sent out different types of checks here this year. This particular article says that 18 are sending them out here now or recently. Here's the details on this, because remember that there's a lot of states, by our count, we've seen another article recently that said 31 or 32, and there's been 1 or 2 maybe since then. So there is about 33 different states that are sending out state stimulus checks, property tax relief checks, lowering taxes, all sorts of things like this that can put money in your pocket. And I want to share this with you so you guys are aware about this. And there's more coming probably this year and definitely almost for sure next year. It's not like this is just going to immediately stop on December 31st. There's just states like California have $97 billion in surplus, and every single state has a surplus, really, at this point that we've seen. So there's going to be a lot more coming, and even on the federal level as well. So let's go through this here. Alaska, $3,200 payments. Yeah, those are one of the largest, if not the largest. Most Alaska residents receive an annual payment from the state's permanent fund. But this year, they'll receive an extra $650 payment as well. This was the largest payment in Alaska's history because they're running surplus as well. The permanent fund surged this year from, in 2021, it was only $1,114. This year, $3,284. Partly increases due to the rising costs of oil prices. So congratulations, Alaska, $3,284 this year. That is amazing. Alaska started distributing them the week of October 6th. So really, that was not that long ago, and I think that's per person. So married couples got double that. So really pretty awesome. California, up to $1,050 checks of an estimated 23 million people, called the Middle Class Tax Refund. These just started going out, but I have seen at least 100 or 200 comments of people saying, yeah, Jimmy, I did get my check. The checks that are going out right now are really the direct deposits. I don't think that the paper checks have started going out, but they started going out last week. I think that was last week. I don't know, whenever that 9 or 10 days ago, on October 7th. Okay, these are going out to an estimated 23 million people in California. Honestly, California is going to have enough money to send out a stimulus check next year too. So, congratulations if you're from California. I'm not, but again, California is the largest state, so I guess that's a good thing because it's the most people, 23 million people. Like for example, Alaska is around a million people, California 23 million. So that's a good thing. To find out if you're eligible, you can go to the California's Franchise Tax Board website. Just Google that if you want to. Just Google California Franchise Tax Board website. They expect that 90% of the payments to be issued in October. If you're expecting a paper check, it might be issued in October, but you might get it in November. The quick and dirty of this is it's basically $350 per person if you make $75,000 or less, which is going to be the majority of people. So it's $350 per person. So if you're a married couple, it's $700, $350 times two. If you have children, they get $350 as well, up to $1,050. So $350 times three is the maximum you can get for $1,050. Okay. So if you're a married couple, you can make up to $150,000 and still get your $350 each. If you make more than that, you get slightly reduced checks. Like if you make, a higher income, then you might get a $250 check each. But most people aren't going to get that. As long as you make below the $75,000, you're still going to get $350 checks. Okay, up to $1,050. So the checks are still going out here. They're literally going out this week. They're going out next week. They're going out next week. They're going out between October 25th and December 10th. They're also going to be sending out debit cards all the way up until January 15th. So, I mean, they're going to take a while. It's not like everybody's getting them already. Don't panic if you haven't gotten them yet, okay? Colorado, $750 checks. Colorado sent out their $750 checks to individual filers and $1,500 to joint filers. Let me know if you got these in the comments section. So these are pretty good. And again, don't respond to anybody that says text me or call me in the comment section. Just disregard them. I block those people. Don't call or text anybody ever from a YouTube comment section. They're a scam. If you think it's me, I don't have any phone numbers to call or text. Trust me, I don't got time to be talking to thousands of people on the phone. Ain't nobody got time for that. So just disregard them. They're scammers and same thing with the phone. If anybody calls you, don't ever give your personal information to anybody. A lot of people out there trying to scam you. But Colorado sent $750 and $1,500 to joint filers. And again, a lot of these states could or probably or may do this again next year. Because again, a lot of states got a lot of money, man. So physical checks were sent out in an effort to prevent, they only sent out physical checks to prevent fraud. Yeah, so the reason they would do that is to prevent bank account changes. So they're sending it out to the physical address. Now, the con of that is that they can get lost in the mail. So it's a catch-22. You're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. And then they take a little bit longer, but I don't know. You can let me know your thoughts here in the comments. So residents for this that filed their tax returns by June 30th should have received their refund by September 30th. Taxpayers who filed an extension will get their check by January 31st. So these most people should have got these, but some may still be going out. Delaware, $300 payments per person. Married couples, $600, $300 per person. So $300 to $600 for Delaware. Delaware sent out rebate payments of $300 each. Um, Payments were distributed to eligible Delaware residents in May. So these ones everybody should have got here. Instructions to claim the rebate who haven't claimed them yet are anticipated to be announced by October 17th. So I don't have any more information here, but most people probably should have claimed those. Florida hasn't done much, but they did do a few things here. I had in the last video about some things about Florida. You can get disaster relief and disaster snap relief, so check that out. And just go to my YouTube channel page and then watch the video before this. But also Florida households with children will or can receive a one-time payment of $450 a child as a part of Hope Florida, a Pathway to Prosperity program run by the Department of Child and Families. It's not for everybody with children. You have to be a foster parent, relative and non-relative caregiver of children, and participant in the state guardian assistance program, and families receiving in the TANF program, temporary assistance for needing family. So, it's like thousands of families, but not everybody with children. The money comes from the pandemic stimulus funds. So these already went out, so you would have known if you got these. Governor Ron DeSantis also announced first responders will receive $1,000 bonuses for a second year in a row. But really, I think again, with the hurricane there, I mean, they're sitting on over $20 billion of extra surplus money, and they have billions of dollars from the stimulus money. So, I mean, it's great that he's done those programs, but it's really a very small portion of the population there. I mean, you can let me know if you're from Florida, but I mean, I would think that the governor should do a little bit more, seeing as how the hurricane just ravaged the entire state and they have $20 billion of extra money from the surplus, and they have almost $10 billion of stimulus money. So it's, as far as I think, that's almost $30 billion combined extra money just sitting there not being used. So, he had announced that he wants to do something like reducing tolls for people that use tolls something like 40 times a month. And it's just a proposal at this point. But you would think that there would be a little bit more done on the state level by the governor at this point. But again, you can let me know your thought. You would think with the hurricane and how many people were affected, which is a lot, um, a little bit more would be done by the governor or by the state. Let me know your thoughts here in the comments. Georgia recently had $250 rebate payments. Thanks to a historic state budget surplus, Georgia residents who filed 2020 and 2021 tax returns were eligible to receive rebate payments based on their filing status. So $250 for single filers, $375 head of households, $500 for married filing jointly. But it would have been taken if you had delinquent child support or other taxes. So that went out in, it looks like August, maybe September. Georgia also had $350 relief checks in Georgia that went out to some of the most needy and deserving people. This went out last month. Around 3 million Georgians got $350 checks. They actually kind of went out on like debit cards by Governor Brian Kemp. You can see right here, 3 million Georgians got these $350 debit cards for a total of $1.2 billion in Georgia. They said, quote, this assistance will help some of Georgia's most vulnerable citizens cope with the continued impact of the pandemic. The checks or debit cards, whatever you want to call them, will be sent to Georgians who benefit from Medicaid, subsidized child health insurance, food stamps, or cash welfare assistance. And I know I've seen a lot of comments that people said that they did definitely help out. Hawaii, $300 rebate payments. Um, these are actually going out right now. Taxpayers earning less than $100,000 will receive $300. If you earn over 100,000, it's $100. Dependents are eligible too. I just seen a story that said that there's a paper shortage uh, causing a delay with these Hawaii checks due to a paper shortage, which seems kind of insane to me. Um, I love Hawaii. It's one of my favorite places. Now remember, this isn't just regular paper that they need. They have to be. It has to be check paper, probably with maybe a holographic stamp or something. I mean, who knows, right? But this is what they're saying. Due to supply chain issues with paper stock, it will be another week until taxpayers receive their refunds. I don't know if they're all going out on paper checks or if some were direct deposited, but this is what's in the news. You can't make this stuff up, guys. This is why I show you this stuff right on the screen, so you know this stuff is legit. Because if I was just saying this stuff, some people wouldn't believe it. But here it is, so you could see it. Idaho, $75 rebates. Those went out quite a bit ago here, so those are already done here. Illinois, $50 and $300 rebates. It's $50 per adult for $100 married couples and $100 per child as well, and $300 to homeowners. Most of those have gone out. I think most of those have gone out by now as well in September. But it will take several months to issue them all. So maybe some of them are still going out here. Indiana, $325 rebates for Indiana. They issued 2 rebates, but some of them went out in a one-time lump check for Indiana. Maine got one of the larger checks. Most people would have gotten these already. $850 checks per person, or a total of $1,700 for married couples. So that was a pretty good one for the state of Maine. $1,700. And again, a lot of these states could do it again next year. So really, really good size check there for Maine. Minnesota, $750 payment for frontline workers. Yeah, those were pretty good here. The governor there also proposed that Minnesotans receive a tax rebate check, aka a stimulus check, of $1,000 per person. Doing so will require action from the state legislature. So if you're from Minnesota, there could be a $1,000 state stimulus check coming soon. So that is something that the governor proposed. So that could be coming soon. New Jersey, $500 rebate checks. Governor Phil Murphy and the New Jersey State Legislature approved measures to send one-time rebate checks of $500 to nearly 1 million families. They're also sending $500 payments to those who filed taxes using taxpayer identification numbers. I think these ones also already went out. Yeah, these ones already went out. New Mexico, $500 rebate checks. Those ones already went out as well. Low-income New Mexico residents could apply for relief payments of at least $400 starting on September 26. In order to qualify, you had to be a resident of New Mexico and have one of the following forms: New Mexico driver's license, taxpayer identification number, or Social Security number. Another rebate was issued to all taxpayers. Single filers received $500 and joint filers received $1,000. It was split into 2 payments delivered in June and August. They were sent to people who filed a state tax return. Residents who didn't file tax returns should have received a rebate check in July. So this did go out to people who didn't file as well. Single individuals without dependents received $500. Households with married couples or with dependents received $1,000. So pretty good there. Oregon, direct payments of $600. Oregon was eligible to receive one payment per household to more than 236,000 households that went out in July. Again, a lot of these states are going to probably do this again next year. Rhode Island, $250 rebate per child. Thanks to a state budget surplus, households can receive up to 3 of these for a total of $750. This is kind of like a Rhode Island child tax credits. Child tax rebate check began going out October 3rd. So remember that a lot of states have child tax credits on the state level. So when you file your state taxes. South Carolina rebate checks of up to $800. A budget plan for a tax rebate will provide one-time payments of up to, well, it says $700 here for some taxpayers. The maximum amount is subject to change, so keep that in mind. The rebate amounts will be determined after October 17th, which is the following extension deadline for last year, but you file it this year. Then rebates will be distributed before the end of this year. So I don't know, $700 or $800 will be the maximum, I think it said. If you receive your refund via direct deposit, you'll also receive your rebate check this year. That is for South Carolina. It's projected to be $1 billion, $700 or $800. Virginia, $250 rebates should receive their rebate checks by October 31st. Let me know in Virginia if you got these yet. I don't know if they've gone out yet. Should receive them by October 31st. Taxpayers who received a refund via direct deposit will receive a rebate of $250 per person, $500 for married couple, direct if deposited to the same bank account. I don't know if those have gone out yet. So these are some pending ones that could be approved. Kentucky approved a $1 billion rebate for taxpayers thanks to the state's budget surplus, but it has languished in the state's House of Representatives. Eligible Kentuckians would receive a one-time payment of $500 and $1,000 if approved. The state legislature has adjourned for the year, but they could be called back. They do special sessions all the time. We've seen a lot of states called back for special sessions. So Kentucky has approved a $1 billion rebate, the Kentucky Senate, but the House has to approve it. So again, call, email, tweet your representative. So Kentucky's Senate approved a $500 to $1,000 stimulus check, and it was the Kentucky Senate that approved it. So there you go, Kentucky. You're one step away from having it done. Montana, a group of Republican lawmakers in Montana has called for a special session. See, there we go. States call special sessions where they come back to vote on this, to authorize a rebate for residents instead of waiting for the scheduled January session. See, states do this all the time. I'm not just making this stuff up. They wanted to spend part of the state's estimated $1 billion surplus on rebates, including a rebate of $1,000 for homeowners and $1,250 to residents who paid state income tax. Wow, that's a good amount. That's a lot of amount. That's pretty good. So this hasn't been passed for Montana yet. So hopefully this will come to pass. North Carolina has a $6.5 billion surplus, which some Democratic lawmakers want to use to deliver checks. The bill would grant $200 checks to residents, namely licensed drivers, It's an interesting one. But has been met by opposition by Senate Republicans who would rather see long-term tax reductions. Pennsylvanians, we know that they're trying to pass the $2,000 stimulus checks, but there's been opposition by state Republicans who argue it could worsen inflation or it could just help the people in the state. So that is something that they're trying to pass $2,000 stimulus checks in the state of Pennsylvania. Meanwhile, some residents may be eligible for a payment under the property tax rent rebate program. Checks are currently going out to eligible residents right now, which include people 65 and older, widowers 50 and older, and people with disabilities 18 and older. To qualify, your annual income must be $35,000 or less if you're a homeowner, or renters for $15,000 or less. Income must be included on the application, so you have to apply. Visit the Pennsylvania Department of Revenue's website. You can get $650 or $975. And I'll keep you up to date here with even more so. In the next video, I'll talk about federal stimulus checks as well. So make sure to subscribe down below to our YouTube channel. It's completely free to do so. Click the bell icon after subscribing if you haven't yet, so you don't miss out on new videos that come out here every day at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Also, if you can, like and share these videos down below. There's a share button. Share these videos on social media like Facebook with your friends and family so that more people can get this information, and it helps our reach on YouTube to reach new viewers, because this is important information that a lot of people know, and I will keep you up to date here. You can click here to see the recent Social Security raise announcement. And here is the new executive order that was just passed by the president that is actually going to put money in a lot of people's pockets as well. So click on one of those videos next. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.